Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you are new, welcome to my channel. My name's Alexa, and in today's video, I'm going to be recommending you books to either get you out of a reading slump or to just get into reading. So basically, I thought I would just share some of the books that have either helped me get into reading or like in the first few months of me reading, or just fast-paced books that I know would be able to get me out of a slump. So yeah, let's get into this video. So for once, all of the books that I'm going to recommend I have physically with me, and that is because in the beginning of my reading journey I was reading a lot of physical books, not that many ebook. I wasn't even reading any ebooks, and I didn't go to my library because there was this whole thing, COVID. And basically there was this whole thing where my library couldn't be open, and it was really complicated to borrow books if you had an expired card, which mine was. So yeah, first we have The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This one is a very fast-paced book about basically a mystery, and it's about this girl, Avery, who basically is currently in high school and randomly finds out that she just inherited $46 billion. I think it's 46 or $46.2 billion from this, like, the richest man on earth. And she doesn't even know this man, but she's like, oh, well, I just won that. And she inherited that. And the thing is, she has to, like, live in the same house with the old man's, like, the dead guy. She has to live in his house for a year, and she can't leave that house for more than 3 days out of the year, I think, or like 5 days out of the year. And the thing is, the entire family lives at that house. So yeah, there's a lot of things that are going on, and it's very fast-paced, and it's not that long. It's a 370-page book, so that it's really short. And the next one is also really short, and it's Legend by Mary Lou. I haven't talked about this in a while, this book, because I don't know. I guess I also forgot about the book. Even though it was sitting on my bookshelf, I kind of forgot about it. This one was one of my first dystopian reads, and I really enjoyed it. Basically, it's about this world. Wait. I'm gonna read you like the little blurb because I cannot remember anything about it. So, from different worlds, June and Day have no reason to cross paths until June's brother is murdered and Day becomes the prime suspect. In a shocking turn of events, the two uncover what has really brought them together and the sinister lengths to which their country will go to keep its secrets. It's a really good, fast-paced dystopian series. It's YA. There's 3 books in the series. Well, 3 books, and then there's like an epilogue novel, which is really good as well. All books are around like 300 pages. This one is, how long is this one? 305 pages. So it's really short, and it's really good and quite fast-paced and good for any reader like over 12 or no, even like 10, 11. After that, the next are like 3 together. Well, I guess you just saw a glimpse of one of the covers. And those books are Taylor Jenkins Reid books. Now, this is more if you want to get into literary fiction. These are if you want to get more into general fiction, these are just really good books. Every single book will keep you entertained. They're it's yes, plot driven, but it's also very character driven, and they're just really good, fast-paced books, and these books have brought me out of a slump so many times. I've only read 4 of Taylor Jenkins Reid's books, but I want to read more. This next one is a YA classic, of course. It's also into a movie, so if you've watched the movie, or if you've been wanting to watch the movie, this is the perfect book for you, since you'll either have watched the movie and you're like, oh, I want to read the story, or you'll have read the book and you're like, oh, okay, I want to watch the movie. That is To All the Boys I Loved Before by Jenny Han. This is a YA romance, and it's just, well, I think it's romance, I guess, but it's also contemporary. This is a really good series, all 3 books. They've all been turned into movies. The author also has this series, The Summer I Turned Pretty, which is also a series. And it's just really good books that are quite fast to read, and they're like, I think they're like 300 pages. This one's like 350 pages, and they're really fast paced, so it's like a really quick, easy read. Also, just to mention, because I literally just said The Summer I Turned Pretty, season 2 is coming out July 14th. 3 episodes on that day, and then after that, every Friday. I cannot believe it. And also, we are getting Speak Now Taylor's version, July 7th. I'm freaking out, you know? I literally was crying last night when she said it, when I was watching a live of the Nashville show. So just wanted to say that because I love Taylor Swift, and if you're watching my videos, you most likely do also like Taylor Swift. Now after this is the only graphic novel in this, and it's also a Netflix series, and it's like really quick graphic novels, and there's like a few volumes, and you can read it for free on Webtoon online. And that is Heartstopper by Alice Oseman. I read this series in 2021. I loved it. I watched the TV series. I loved it as well. The second season is coming out August 3rd. So it's the perfect time to get into all the novels. And there's also other books in that universe. If you really do enjoy the universe and you're like, oh, I want more, and you've watched the show, you can always go like read Radio Silence, Solitaire. There's a bunch of other ones, and Loveless, I think, as well. But yeah, basically, it's real. Like, there's a whole universe, so you could immediately get like absorbed into the universe, and then when you finish it, you're like, oh, I want other books, and then you can go look on TikTok or whatever for books that are similar to that one and get into reading, or get out of a reading slump. Next is a really underrated book that I got as an ARC last year, and has been one of my favorite books since then. It's a really adorable YA romance. I loved it so much, and it is Love Radio by Ebony Liddell. I talked about this a few times, I think in my 2022 wrap-up and in my May wrap-up. I think it was May wrap-up. I can't remember when it came out. I think it was May last year. I'm pretty sure. Where is the release date on this? Do they even have release dates? Do you guys know if ARCs are supposed to have release dates? Oh yeah, May 31st. This is like a really like quick, adorable rom-com worthy, like I feel like this book should be turned into a rom-com movie. But yeah, it's really, really good. I really hope you want to read it. From my terrible description. Also, the guy kind of has a radio show about love, and he's like single, and he never dates any people, and his friends are like, oh, you should date this person, I guess. Can't really remember, but I just know that I really enjoyed it. I might have just said a terrible and like wrong description of the book, but who cares? Next we have one of my favorite books of all time, like favorite YA romances, and it's, well, I guess it's kind of a romance, but also kind of a mystery. And it's I Kissed Sharon Wheeler by Casey McQuiston. I have the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition, the purple, that has like pink pages on the inside. And then, the dust jacket, under the dust jacket, it's literally so cute. Like the little heart, but really my favorite thing is like the pink flowers on the inside. I'm obsessed. Yeah, this book is really good. It's about this girl called Sharon Wheeler, who kind of just like, there's a few people who kissed her and then kind of just disappears off the face of the earth, and then they're trying to find her, and it's really good. And I recommend you read it because there's like, it's really fast paced, and it's contemporary romance mixed with mystery, so like you get immediately into the book. After that, we have a book talk classic, Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. This is also one of my first romance, I think it's the first romance book that I ever read back in 2020. Like, I read it Christmas Day. Like, I started reading it on Christmas Eve and finished it on Christmas Day and absolutely adored it in 2020. And it's being turned into a movie, which is coming out. Movie is coming out on August 11th, 2023. So yeah, I really like, this is a perfect moment to read it. It's like basically it's where the first prince and, well, the first son of the United States starts dating, well, kind of has like this thing with the prince of the UK. So yeah, it's really good and I recommend you read it. Now we're on to the second pile, because I have like one pile. I had one pile here and then I have one pile here. After that we have A Good Girl Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. This is a really quick read and it's like a crime series that like you will want to read it in one sitting, and you will be wanting to read every book one after the other. There's also a novella that I haven't read yet but I really want to read. And it's really good, and there's like one thing that I've noticed for me, like that will make me read a book quicker, is if there's like different types of media in the book. So like emails, I'm trying to find one right now. Where is it? Blah. Oh yeah, like emails and just like interviews, and like in some parts there's like transcripts of like the podcast that she has. But it's really good, and like it's very quick and very like you will get into the book. Well, now you're just seeing the next book, and that is Shatter Me by Tahira Mafi. This book is a really quick dystopian read, and it's a 6-book series, so you'll want to read the series and then you'll want to read more of the genre, and you'll fall in love with the characters or a specific character that I'm not telling you because it would be a spoiler, but like you probably know if you've seen TikToks. But yeah, you should really read the series. It's a very fast-paced, action-packed, dystopian series. Next we have one of also the Book Talk classics, and it's Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins. It's a YA romance that happens in a school in France, but like an American high school in France, and it's really good, and there's romance. It's contemporary, and there's a lot of stuff going on, and I really recommend it. After that, we have a book that you've probably heard about a lot, but I still think, even though with all of its hype, it's still underrated, and it's a really good fantasy, and it's These Violin Delights by Chloe Young. It's one of my favorite books of all time, and also it has like art under the dust jacket, and it's just a really good fantasy series. It's enemies to lovers and a Romeo and Juliet retelling, and the universe also has another series and novellas, and it's just really good, and I really recommend you read it right this second. That seemed very dramatic, reading it right this second. I don't know, you can ignore that. After that, we have The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. It's a very fast-paced fantasy series. I read them all in like 2 days or like 3 days. They were that good. They're really short. I think they're like 300 pages, and they're 370 pages, and it's very action-packed, and it's people say that it's enemies to lovers, but no, it's a bully romance. Don't let TikTok trick you that it's enemies to lovers, but it's still amazing, the romance. I love it, and I usually hate bully romances. Next we have The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. If you really want to get into romance, this is the perfect book for you. I almost said it's a gateway drug. No, it's not a gateway drug. It is the perfect gateway book for romance. So I really recommend you read it, and it's like fast-paced, and there's other books in that same style by that author, and she has another book, and she has a book full of novellas, and then she has another book coming out in June. And last but not least, we have the Queen of Romances, and that is Emily Henry. So we have Book Lovers by Emily Henry, which is a really good book, but I wouldn't recommend it as well, maybe you could, but I wouldn't recommend it necessarily as a first Emily Henry romance novel. My recommended order is Beach Read, People We Meet on Vacation, and then Book Lovers. You know, there's no order to read them. You can read them in whatever order, but that's just the order I recommend. But People We Meet on Vacation was the first one that I read. The first romance novel I ever read, I think. And yeah, those were all the books that I recommend to get you out of a slump or get you into reading. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider liking, commenting, subscribing to this channel. I'm gonna do the YouTube thing that everyone does, but I've noticed, like, in my analytics that most of you aren't subscribed. So if you just forgot to subscribe, this is your little reminder, like, if you want to be subscribed to me. But yeah, if you want more of my content, go to my Instagram, my TikTok, my Pinterest, my Spotify down below. Also, quick fun thing that happened to me. Lauren Asher reposted my post on her story and I died. My post kind of went viral. So yeah, that was really fun on Instagram. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have a nice rest of your day, morning, evening, whatever time it is for you guys. So yeah, bye!